I have been on Roblox for 11 years. In that time, I have seen it evolve from simple games to more advanced games full of features, but at the cost of more ways to get you to spend more money on the game. Today, I'll be going back to 2012 and reliving my childhood, and maybe yours as well. There's no better game to start off than Underground War, created by Stickmaster Luke in 2008. It gathered 25 million visits over its lifespan, but now the main game is currently dead. However, there are remakes of the game that still gain a large player count. One being a normal remake of the game, featuring two teams, red and blue, battling it out, trying to claim the enemy's flag, then returning to their flag at your base to get a point for your team. You come equipped with a sword to attack enemies close by and to excavate a path underground to get closer to their base. You also have a sniper that can deal a one shot to an enemy, or in the worst case, drop them down to half health. Then there's another version that's called Underground War 2 with a more modern look to the game, and overall changed it to make it feel more modernised with how Roblox is now. And with the main part of the game where you dig up dirt blocks, they changed it to so you can use a shovel that automatically digs up blocks for you, and a sword and sniper still damages the dirt blocks as well. You also have a level in the game that rewards you with a cache, same with achievements that can be used to upgrade your weapons to do more damage or make actions even quicker than before. Overall, both versions of this game were pretty fun to play, with one offering a classic experience in how it's designed and the other one offers a more modern look with a fancier UI design, with the weapons having newer models and the features to upgrade your weapons to make them even stronger against your opponents. This next game is a classic and one of my favourite games. It's called Welcome to Roblox Building. It was created in 2010 and was hosted on the Roblox account. It was a simple building game with 9 other people using the Roblox building tools. These tools allowed you to create stuff on your plot, leading to some amazing creations, though currently the game is closed on Roblox's account, but there is a faithful remake of the game by Maximum_ADHD. The only real changes are in how the game looks with the new lighting, and this new character look system which follows the cursor. Wherever it moves, the character looks towards the cursor as well. In the game, you get a stamper tool which is used to build everything, then a hammer to destroy everything on your plot, and a settings tool to tweak objects to your liking, and a wiring tool to wire up electronic components. There are also characters scattered around the map, with there being a helper bot which walks around the map and destroys objects off your plot, then a SWAT member on the window, and a ninja on the top of the door. Last things to note is that at the back of the map there is a sign that spawns in a classic car that is quite fun to drive around, and the statue at the front of the map to show off the best builder in the lobby who has received the most likes on their plate. Although the game may be simple, with offering a limited selection of items, people have pushed it to its limit with how their creations look on their plot, or using the wiring system in the game, which functions a lot like redstone. This adds quite a lot of depth to the game, with its simple light effects with neon blocks or full creations powered by a circuit system, or a project that competes on the same level of depth as Minecraft. Overall, this is one of my favourite games on the platform, as I love to build stuff with such a simple selection of objects. It really does push your creativity to see what is possible in the game. And in my opinion, this is still one of the games that is really worth playing if you want to play a classic Roblox game. This next game is another one by Stickmaster Luke. It's called Natural Disaster Survival. This game was created in 2008 and is fairly frequently updated. The game itself is thriving, with it getting over 5,000 concurrent players and well over 2 billion visits. The main reason why I think this game has retained the audience it has is due to how iconic it is, and how simple it is as well. The game itself sees you spawn on top of an island with randomly generated maps on top of it. Then a randomly selected disaster will occur and you have to try to survive it. In the spawn, there is also a machine that adds more disasters into a round, causing absolute chaos with no chance of survival. Currently in the game, there are 12 unique disasters that consists of flash floods, tsunamis, tornadoes, thunderstorms, acid rains, fires, earthquakes, meteor showers, volcanic eruption, blizzards, sandstorms, and a deadly virus. Overall, this game is really fun to play, and it feels like a party game, and it's got a simple premise that is done really well that will keep anyone coming back to the game for years to come. This next game helps start a style of games, with the game in question being called Epic Mining 2 by JJJreact. This game released in 2010. It was a game I played quite a lot back then, but has slowly just faded away out of my playlist of games. I happened to stumble upon it quite recently again, and I was shocked that it still had a small player base and even gets updated fairly frequently. I recall this game being really popular as well back when it released, getting around 300 players. Doesn't sound like a lot now, but in 2012 it was enough to be on the front page most of the time. Playing the game again, it has changed quite a lot, with new features like trees that can be cut down to make sticks that can improve your pickaxe, with each tree given a different stat. Now, onto the base game, which is a simple mining game, which sees you mine ores then sell to help fund building your new pickaxe, as well as supplies to help explore the mines like teleporters and a headlight. The mining part of this game is pretty fun, with it offering oil and lava pools in the map that can be sold off to a vendor in spawn, and goes down until a depth of 500. On the way you will find a wide selection of minerals, with basic ore to different types of gems that can be sold for large sums of money at the ore vendor in town. A feature I do really like about this game is based around selling ores or any material in the game. The person who sells materials functions like a stock market, with it changing prices, some being at a bad price but then can later change to be a better price than before. This for me adds a lot of depth into the game, which most mining games have like a fixed amount for each item, but this differs with a fluctuating price. But are still good, but it could have been so much more if the time was right. To add to this, when mining in the game, the ores turn into a nice small version of itself for the player to pick up, which is quite cool and adds to the mining experience, and plus, if you don't want the item, you can always just try and walk away from it. Overall, if you're looking for a simple mining game, then this is for you, as most of the features in the game have been kept as it was in the original game, and even some of the UI looks still the same as I remembered it from back in 2012, other than maybe the toolbar having a change to make it look a little bit more modern, but the rest is all kept basically the same. To change it up, how about a game called Kohl's Admin House? Being created in 2013 for both versions of the game, with the MBC version gathering up to 270 million visits, but now it looks like it's a forgotten memory of the past, only getting roughly 20 players on at any current time. The game itself is really basic. You spawn in a cage with the exit blocked off with an obby. Once you pass the obby, you can enter the house, where it has pads that can step on to give yourself admin powers, and off the side of the obby there are also building blocks as well if you wish to create something in the game. As for the admin side of the game, there are a plethora of commands directed at the user, and others like a command to turn people into a dog or change themselves into a different person on the platform, as well as like a standard usual commands like no clips and god mode. There are also commands that can affect the world as well, like flashes and disco, but there are over 130 commands as well to check out. Overall, the game is bare bones and does what it says, offering a place for people to mess around with admin commands, which for a while, this was the admin game to play on, but it seems like it's not the case as there are other games like brackets free admin that does what Kohl's admin did but adds gears that you can spawn and use and more ways to get you to spend money. Then there's a game called The Chosen One that only gives one person admin privileges if they've been in the server the longest. Roblox games have really evolved with the time, with classic games really feeling like they had the player in mind and then profits came second. But with newer games it's really a hit or miss, with some being a total cash grab with no thought into the game itself. This isn't to say all the new games are like this, there are still projects that put the player first and then the profits after, but then just finding one that's like that is once in a blue moon. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like, and also feel free to subscribe if you want to. Check out my Discord if you want to talk more about old Roblox games, or feel free to leave a comment as well if you want to see me play more old Roblox games from your childhood as well. Check out my join page as well if you wish to support the content I make. It does help a ton, and with that being said, I'll see you some other time.